On this episode of the vlog, we're going to be talking about branding, the Gary V challenge, and promotional products. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the Irving Hill Designs vlog. I'm Irving Hill. Let's get right into it. So I finished that branding project for that coach. I did some deliverables for him, made some mock-ups on like t-shirts and sweaters and stuff like that. And it came out very nice. Something that I really try and harp on is communication, because I'm not the greatest communicator. I could say something and it's not conveying the message that I want. So I put a lot of work in going back and forth and having open communication with the client that I'm working on, just so that when I deliver a project, there's no fight, there's no pushback, nothing like that. Because they've been along with me throughout the ride. It's not just a surprise. And I turned it in Monday morning and it went great. Got a lot of positive feedback about it. All the deliverables had positive feedback. And like I said, nothing was a surprise. I put this whole thing together, this person just saw bits and pieces here and there. And then when I put it all together, like they go, oh man, I see the vision now. I see it all. Like, it makes perfect sense. Thank you so much for just doing this for me. And when you're presenting your projects, like, you need to have this in mind. You really don't want this all to be a surprise. Your client thinks you're making a lizard logo and then you come back with a bar of soap. Like, those two things aren't even close to being the same. So focus on your communication and practice active listening. It's super important. You can take a speech class, but you'd be hard pressed to find a class on active listening. And it's very important, because you'll be talking about making a new can design for a brewery, and you're going all through your head about designs that you've seen before, stuff you've seen on Pinterest, trying to use a trend for 2020 or something like that. Don't do that. Be present, be in the moment, and just listen. Now, when you go into your design phase, there you go. That's when you're on Pinterest. That's when all these ideas that are crazy and all over the place. That's when you do that. And just sit down and just draw. Draw as much as possible. Try and do as much research, because when you get into Illustrator, that should be towards the end of the process. Or when you're going into Photoshop, whatever it is that you use to make this logo or branding project or whatever, that should be towards the end. But when you're in your ideation phase, you're researching, take everything that you listened to, look at through all your notes and really try and make sure that what you present is what the customer is expecting. You can surprise them. That's not bad. You can go ahead and do that. When before the final project, what I like to do is I like to show three things: mild, medium, and spicy. The spicy is really pushing it. You're still going off what was said, but you can put a little more of your own heart and soul into that. Whereas the mild and the medium is just something that you think the customer will be more comfortable with. But it all goes towards your research. It's going to go towards your demographic and what the branding ideals are for. Another thing that I've been working on the last 2 weeks is I had a previous client come back to me and they want to get some promotional products. If you don't know, a promotional product is pretty much a tangible thing that you stick a logo on, and you can really use it effectively to tell stories. It's not just putting a logo on a speaker or a power bank or something like that. It's really, being effective and using an item and just having that presence of mind. We all know the obvious choices of having a sticker or a magnet of the people that service your AC right next to your AC or on your AC, or an electrician, putting their information on a glow-in-the-dark flashlight or something for when your power goes out, something like that. That's effective use of promotional products in marketing. And I'm making some t-shirts, some hoodies, some car magnets. And luckily I was in that space, so I have these relationships and I can get all this stuff done. But I really encourage you to do your research and find out, what's good and what's bad, because there's nothing worse than giving out a chintzy promotional product that's just gonna get thrown away almost immediately because they're gonna associate your brand with that thing. So, you use a pen that immediately breaks or puts ink all over the place and they throw it away. The last thing they're gonna think about with that pen is that you gave it to them. So you don't wanna do that. Put out your best effort. Don't get 1,000 of one thing. Try and get 100 of one thing. And like something like really robust and like something that somebody's gonna use every day. Think about it. Really put a lot of thought into this thing. Because at the end of the day, it's a reflection of your brand and what you stand for. And it's a great thing. I'll put a link below to some of the videos that I did for when I worked for Perfect Imprints and when I would do promotional product reviews. Something that I've been really working on the last 2 weeks is the Gary V challenge. Gary V put out a challenge on his birthday because something that a lot of us do, I know I'm a huge culprit of doing, is we take this content and we just don't do anything with it. It just sits in our mind and we just don't do anything with it. So he put out this 264 card deck on his website. I'll put the link below. And how to make 64 pieces of content a day and just what to do with it and how to do it and how to be successful. Now, I am not making 64 pieces of content. I'm making like 10 to 15 a day. But even that, it's very taxing for me. It's just me by myself and it's really hard. But if you got more time than I do, I'm using it to put stuff out in the future. So I use that plus Buffer to schedule out my posts because I would be notorious for dropping 6 posts within a 30-minute period. So now I'm taking my 6 posts and going days into the future and then just piecing it out. And as I find it and make my copy, I just post it out into the future. And the goal for that is to be at a minimum 2 weeks ahead. So far, it's been working well. I haven't had any gaps. The only thing I don't like about Buffer is that it won't just post on your Instagram like automatically, which is, I don't know why. I'm sure it's some issue with Instagram. They won't let them do it or something, I don't know. But on Twitter and LinkedIn, it hasn't been a problem and it's just been posting and it's been working great. The Gary V challenge, as you put in the Gary V challenge hashtag, he'll be able to look at it and maybe he'll post or say something about it in January. So you'll get all those eyeballs from his audience onto you and maybe something will happen, who knows? Now for things that I like and things that I hate. Since my wife and I got Disney Plus, we went ahead and, we've been rewatching Boy Meets World. Now, I love this show as a kid, but I never watched the whole thing. So we're going from episode 1 to the very last episode, and it's been great. I forgot how good the show was. Mr. Feeney was a fantastic, just TV character, and we didn't deserve him. A lot of kids today really need a Mr. Feeney in their life. I highly suggest the show. I'll drop a link below, giving you a little trailer or something about them. Go ahead and do the week trial, free trial for Disney Plus, and just check out the show. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. It gives you a lot of cool little 90s things. I didn't grow up in the US in the 90s, so like it's nice to discover all this niche culture stuff that I just didn't know because I didn't grow up in the US, especially in Philly. I've only been to Philly a few times, so great show. Check it out. I highly suggest it. Another thing that I like, my beard's coming in really nice. It's all in one piece, which is really nice. I've been putting oils in it, trimming it, and it's coming in. It's looking good. I'm excited to see when it gets a little thicker. This is about 2 weeks, and I'm excited. Everybody's got nice comments about it, and I'm enjoying it. I just wish it was smoother. If you got anything that I can do to make my beard smoother and nice and soft and luxurious, go ahead, comment below. Now for things that I hate. The Disney Plus UI is terrible. I hate it. I should be able to grab a video and scroll, and you can't do that. You have to find this little arrow on the app to scroll, and it's annoying. They also have this gray film thing that takes forever to go away, or it won't go away. So you'll watch a whole video or a movie or something with this stupid gray film over your video, and it just won't go away, and it's annoying. Disney's got money. They should not have put out this app this way, and they need some help. I wish I could present a way to suggest the things that I would change, that would be a good Behance project actually. But anyways, the Disney Plus UI could be better. It's been really frustrating for me, and it can be better. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Give me a little like. Leave a comment. Share it with your friends. Whatever. Help me out, and I'll help you out. I'm trying to give you guys as much value as I can. I'm a fresh business owner. I've only been at it for 9 months. Giving you my journey so that you don't make the same mistakes that I make. Go ahead, like and subscribe to the video. Hit the notification bell so YouTube tells you when I post these, which should be on Fridays at 12 Eastern Standard Time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.